Alright, so I randomly got the house to myself. Not complaining. It's kind of nice because it's quiet. I just shot two different walk and talk videos. It was just a bunch of me complaining about life and talking about different videos I wasn't able to do. So I might post it, I might not. I don't know. It just seemed like a whole lot of belly aching to me rather than actual content. So yeah, I took another walk because it's a lot nicer. It's only been a couple of days since the last video I actually posted, but it's a lot nicer outside. So I figured I would enjoy the weather. But since I have the house to myself, I'm doing a video on smash burgers. And not really. I'm not really doing a video on smash burgers, but I figured it'd be a good excuse to do an in-home video. So yeah, this is smash burgers. so what I'm gonna do is I got 1 pound of beef. It's just ground beef from the grocery store, nothing special. I ain't grinding my own crap or anything, as awesome as that would be. I don't have the tools for the job, nor the funds to be super fancy, but these are very good. So let's get started. So I want to make sure this is set up in a decent way so we can see a good bit of stuff. But I won't be able to touch the camera once I get started because, well, I'm making burgers. So the whole idea is I'm going to pretty much, a pound of burger, I pretty much break it into 3 sections. Try to get it about as even as possible, but, it doesn't. It depends on your customer, I suppose, and seeing that I am the customer, I don't really care. So I break it into like 3 sections, so it'd be a 1/3 pound burger, so it's not... It's just a decent amount of meat for a bun. So what you're going to do is, for a smash burger, you smash the burger. So yeah, we make nice little balls, nice and taut. So we're going to do that. I also added oil to the skillet to prohibit sticking. It's not necessary completely, but it just makes me, it's a little bit of a, what is that called? Security? Peace of mind. It's a little bit of peace of mind that I'm not going to, like, try to flip my burgers and I'm going to peel off a whole layer because it's stuck to the pan. So yeah. So we smash them into nice little balls here. I usually preheat the skillet to about a 6 on the stove. I'm not sure where that is at temperature, but hot enough to kind of sear the bottom like automatically, or fairly quickly. Also, if you can actually see the amount of oil in the skillet, that is twice as much as you would actually need, maybe 3 times as much. I poured it out of a gallon jug, and it's kind of, this is my first meal of the day, so I'm not really all that awake yet, so I kind of went a little overboard, but it's better to have too much than not enough, because it'll all drain out anyway, and yeah, I would rather it be safe, not the stick. And vegetable oil's pretty cheap, so it's not like a big, huge waste. So, bam. That's approximately 1/3 of a pound. Another thing, if you noticed, I'm using a different skillet than I usually use. And that's because I was told that the other skillet is burning food and sticking too much. I don't really think so, but regardless what people make it look like, I'm not the one wearing the pants in this household. So I kind of just, to avoid drama or any unnecessary arguments, I just use this pan. The one problem with this is it has probably quite a bit less surface area, so it shouldn't be an issue for what we're doing. But when I made stir fry and she mentioned it, I automatically thought, like, there's not going to be enough space. So I use the other skillet. You know, sue me. You won't get much, but sue me. So I kind of let these just chill out in the oil for a little bit. Get a little bit of cooked meat on the base, and then I squish them down. But I'm going to wash up my hands a bit here. Get some of the burger germs. Now for smashing purposes, I usually use the silicone red spatulas, but seeing that I have a lot less space, I think I'm going to get the smaller, cheapo plastic ones. For smash burgers, these are actually better because they're a bit stiffer than the silicone ones. But the silicone ones have more surface area, so when I have more surface area to play with, they kind of just make sense to use. But these cheapo plastic guys, they're stiffer. They do the job just as well. It's just a preference. So I try to smash them down in a nice circle. With this being a rectangle, that's a little bit more difficult, but I shoot for about ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch thick. And then, like I said, they're a little oblong, but that's kind of what I'm going for, about that size. They will cook down, because, you know, if you buy burger from the store, it's usually higher in fat content. When the fat drips out, the burger shrinks. So it will shrink up a bit. So to fit on a standard bun, that's pretty much what we're going for. Now I'll let this chill for a while. That's probably not the right lid, but that will do. I'm not sure what. There's a lid for it, but that'll do just fine. I don't always cover it, but she likes her burgers well done, and in order to make sure they're cooked through, I try to maintain a decent amount of heat, so that should cook them through over an amount of time. But instead of doing like a little jump cut to the next part, I want to talk about what we're going to be putting on these burgers, all right? Because this is a pretty key component. Now you can always do the whole, you know, tomatoes, lettuce, ketchup, whatever, you know, whatever you do on a burger. But me, excuse me, hang on, let me go grab the stuff. For me, I'm going to do pre-bacon bits, Thousand Island dressing, and Colby Jack cheese. This is the marble kind. Apparently there's 2 different types of Colby Jack. I prefer the marble kind. It has less of a... I'd say it's a little less bitter. And to me, it's way significantly better than just like American slices, because it's just, I don't know, I was told American slices ain't actually even cheese. It's mostly like a fat content, so this is just a little bit healthier. I think it has a better burger flavor for, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's better for burgers, in my opinion, because it gets it closer to that restaurant taste, rather than, okay, so we're going, if we went with American slices, we're going Mickey D's. If we're going with this, we're going, like, Five Guys, or Burger Station, or whatever it's called, wherever you're at. So we're going more like Applebee's, rather than American slices, and going Mickey D's, Burger King, you know? And this will be pretty much all I put on my burger. And the reason for that is, one, I don't want to cut up an entire onion just for me, or if she was here, just for the two of us, or cut up an entire tomato, if she, like, or a head of lettuce, or whatever it may be, just for two people. And, you know, it doesn't, when I go this route, onions and lettuce, tomato, yeah, it'd be alright, but, I mean, it really doesn't add much to the experience. Like, this is pretty much, you know, where I want to be, right here. Well, God, that sounds bad. Trust me, I do not want to be here. But, you know, this is where we're at. But, so you can see they're starting to brown on top already. I usually take the lid over to the sink, drain off some of the humidity before I flip said burgers. Now, where'd I put that spatula? I give them a nice little squish down, just to get a little more surface area out of them before they cook through. And when they're cooking on this side, I turn the heat down to about a 3 or a 4. I place the lid back on them, and then I kind of just let them do their thing. Well, let me show you here. So, the amount of time I had them on there, I don't do like a timer or anything. Like, cooking can be a science, but honestly, you know, a lot of it's personal touch. So, you know, I kind of just go with my gut feeling. And, you know, for the amount of time it was cooking on that side, you can see it already has a very thin, like, brown crust where it's starting to cook and burn, and that's kind of where I want it. So now that the heat's down, it should cook the other side clear through, and that will end that. So I keep the lid on, keep the heat in, to continue the cooking process the whole way through. And you can see they already shrunk up a little bit. They'll shrink up a little bit more. And let's get the cooking ready, I think, or the fixins. So, I think I'm going to go with bacon bits. But I'm going to need another bag. So, hang on one second. Bam, another bag. So, I bought these once for, I can't remember what I bought them for. But, eventually, I told her to make mashed potatoes and throw a pack of Velveeta cheese in it and a pack of bacon bits. And then all of a sudden she was like, oh, that's the greatest thing in the world. And I'm like, well, it's super simple. It's like kind of having a baked potato just mashed and spoon-fed. So it's like, it's a good way of going. So, for mashed potatoes. So you just add a bag of these and a pack of the Velveeta cheese to about, I don't know, 6 medium-sized mashed potatoes. Maybe throw a little butter and canned milk in there to give it some smoothness. And that's why I was getting them originally. But these are a great way to top burgers. And yeah, you can cook your own bacon and stuff, but you know, it's not really a need. It all depends on the quality, amount of time you want to spend with what you're doing. And for me to actually get good bacon, you know, probably on the thicker side, and cooking it till it's a good consistency, would take a little more work for not a whole ton of improvement. So it really depends on what you're doing. We'll put it that way. So let me grab a plate and we'll start making these here buns. So we're using the ever so fancy bamboo paper plate stiffener and a ever so fancy paper plate. This is like bachelor lifestyle. Now, if only I lived alone and didn't have any issues and could be a bachelor completely and utterly, this would fit the bill. This would fit the motif. So we're doing the. I actually love these things. Like, if you get the normal size paper plates that are just like actual paper, the super cheap ones, they fit in there super nice. But anyways, that's stupid. But you know, you get what I'm saying. Now I have one of the fancy buns left, but I'm not going to use it. I'm going to save it for a ham sandwich. I ran down for my daily energy drink fix and got standard burger buns. So we'll be using those. Now I personally, I eat two third pound burgers, a third of a pound burger. What do they call those? I guess that's just how you'd have to say it, right? A third pound burger. I typically eat two of them in one sitting because I'm a growing boy and I need my sustenance. So yeah. I could eat one and probably be okay, but then I'd be hungry in an hour, and then the burger wouldn't be as good. So I might as well eat them both at once, not be hungry for 3 hours, and they'll be fresh and delicious. That's my theory. So take our cheapo buns here, all right, and we stack them out kind of on the level side because we don't want the 1,000 Island dressing to run anywhere. Because I'm one of those people that like it saucy. And to get maximum sauce efficiency, I put a whole bunch on the top. Now, this 1,000 Island dressing's for salads, so it doesn't have the cute little thing on top to give it like a turd-like function. And I guess I shouldn't use like feces-related terms with food, but it doesn't have the little like single hole thing, so it's kind of a little bit harder to judge. But this 1,000 Island dressing is better than that other kind, in my opinion. It has a better flavor, so that is what it is. And we plop these guys down nice and flat, like if we can, without having too much of an issue. And we take the bottom half of the bun and we kind of squish it, because then the 1,000 Island dressing is going to get into all like the bun pores and not go anywhere, is the theory. So now we have a nice thick amount on the top, we have a little bit on the bottom, giving us the ultimate 1,000 Island experience, and it gives us a nice little a sense of glue for the bacon to stick. Now, I might not have to open the other bacon. Yeah, probably. Let me get the ever so edible and delicious dry pack out of here. Yeah, we're gonna need the other one. There's no way around it. So we put a generous amount of bacon. Yeah, just put a generous amount of bacon. Kind of give it a little bit of a ug it around a bit. And then we'll open the other bacon. Now, that bacon and this bacon, it isn't much different. I actually don't remember buying that one. I probably did, because I do 90% of the grocery shopping, so I probably did pick that up. I just don't remember doing it. I actually think I like this cheap bacon. Like, that's Oscar Mayer, this is just Clover Valley. So I actually think I like the cheaper bacon better. It's probably more processed and worse for you, but it seems to have less of like the fatty bits. Let me give you a closer look. So that bacon there, you see how it's all a nice like red color? Or it's all like one homogenized, mostly mass of a single color. And then this bacon over here has a lot of the white bits. Well, the white bits are a lot of more of the fattiness, and honestly, that's not really something I want. My burgers are being cooked in oil. My burgers have a fat content. The Thousand Island dressing has a fat content. Bacon is naturally fatty, so the least amount of fat in it as possible is going to make it better. So that's my opinion. Like, when I make bacon sandwiches for breakfast, she'll on occasion make bacon. I will recook the bacon she cooks for another like hour in an oven to like drain everything out of it and get super crispy, and then I'll cover it in cheese and make a sandwich out of it. But okay, so let's get this going. I gotta grab one of these here fancy little pot holders because this is probably pretty warm by now. I dripped some of the really hot steam on my sock. That's not that big of a deal, but it is definitely a little toasty. So now I push these guys all together in a nice little mass here. Like so. And then I arrange these here slices. Now, when I go to the deli and I get pretty much anything, I have them, you know how you can get it like, I don't know how many of you grocery shop. I imagine a lot of people that watch this are probably younger. But if you go grocery shopping, you actually go to get deli stuff, you tell them how thick you want it, right? So you can get it like chipped, you can get it sliced, and it has several different thicknesses. I tell them to slice it to the point where it's like almost chipped, but it's still not chipped. And then my thought process behind this is that if I want more, I can put 2 slices, you know. So that's how I do that. So now I put 1 slice on each burger, and then I put 1 directly in the middle for a little bit of added cheesiness. And then we plop this guy back on here, get it all nice and melty. And give me a second to put the cheese and stuff away. It's December 6th, and we still have like little picnic ants running around our kitchen, so I don't leave a lot of food sitting out for a long period of time because, as it is just a little bit of added protein, I don't want bugs in my food. If I ever decide to make a run for it, you know, I might resort to having to eat bugs, but until then, we're gonna not do that. Another thing I was thinking about making is I kind of wanted to do like a mushroom Swiss burger, but the reason I'm not doing that is I don't have Swiss cheese, and I don't want to use canned mushrooms. I just think that wouldn't be a good road. That's not a good substitute. Like you gotta go fresh if you're gonna do it. Like I know a lot of like gas station places use the canned mushrooms, but that's just something I wouldn't really skimp on. And it pushes us back to the thing of, I don't want to buy an entire pack of mushrooms just to use a handful, because then they're going to go to waste. That's just stupid, in my opinion. So I'm going to turn off the heat. I would assume that these are cooked through or really close to it. I split them up so you can see the cheese. And we're going to go ahead, cheese for the camera, cheese. So we're going to go ahead and plop these guys right on the bun. Well, they're still a little toasty. Like 1 pound of burger gives me 3 burgers. Regardless of my feelings, anger, and animosity towards certain things going on around here as of late, I'm going to leave her one because, well, on camera it makes me look like a good guy. Nah, I'm just kidding. I do this all the time. I mean, I could probably eat all 3 of them, but I'm not a pig, and I try real hard not to be a hypocrite. Like it's kind of just like one of my goals in life. Like I am periodically a hypocrite. I do have some not so good habits and views, but I put effort to not be a scumbag. And that's probably going to be like, if I ever become famous, that's going to be like a t-shirt merchandise thing. It's going to be like, it is what it is. It's better to have it, not need it, than need it and not have it. And I go out of my way to not be a scumbag. Those are going to be like my 3 logos. So yeah. Now the problem with this is, the step I didn't take here, that I should have, is after I put the bacon on, I kind of squish it again, so it doesn't fall everywhere, but we're a little late on that, so we're just gonna do it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I can just, like, give it a little bit of a stay put pat without getting sauce all over the place. And 1, 2, 3. Not bad. Not bad. And then do the same with this guy. With spreading the sauce out between the 2 buns, you have a little bit of not getting your hands messy room. So, and that's going to be that. So I said this wasn't really a Smash Burger episode, but it kind of is. It is and it isn't. This will be in the Cooking with Blockheads, the Cooking with Blockheads channel thing. I just wanted to mention that I did do several videos, but I just can't see the reason to put them online. It's a lot of me just complaining. As I said before, as I said in those videos, if I post it, I'll probably post the second one, because it's not as bad as the first one. And if I ever post the first one in the archive videos I have on my computer, it's probably going to be about the time I'm going to quit YouTube, because it's just me just being like, this is the crap in life. And, you know, I can't justify putting it on the internet, because you guys can't or won't understand, and you can't or won't help, and I can't fix it myself, so there's not a whole lot of reason to complain about it, and that's kind of my viewpoint. So I try to stay away from that, but I do have probably about 6 videos archived of just like stuff that might be a little hyper controversial or be a little more personal than I like it to be, and it just, I can't justify putting it on the internet at this time. So if I ever decide to quit the internet, or finally had enough with the world and have a mental breakdown, I might post them all. But for now, we're going to stick to good old burgers. So, alright guys, thanks for watching, and catch you guys next time. Oh, here's the finished product, by the way. I'd do a cute little cross-section like the famous chefs, but I plan to devour these in like 3 bites, so there's no point cutting them in half. So thanks for watching, catch you guys next time.